Jack Kills competition. Put on by Belanger. Jack. That's the line of Cincinnati, Ohio, respectively. I've known these for 40 years. Just under a half hour or so. One of my, he's cutting up these chainsaw carbon right now. This is this second show right now. I'm going to pan it out right there where the chainsaw. So this show's at 10, and we'll have another one at 12.
3 minutes.
So, he's a really good guy. Like I say, I've known Bruce, the owner of the show, for about 40 years. We were in Belanger, Ohio. It's a small Bunyan show. It's put on by the Ohio Division of Forestry every year. It shows loggers and equipment. And they have actual international habitat competitions, which we'll show after that. Really a great show. Southeastern Ohio. Very, very popular show. These are the people that gathered to see the lumberjack show. Over there. Head is coming up in real quick, okay? I'm starting here just about a minute or so. Stick around, I think we're really enjoy the show. Alright. Thank you for joining us. Just a minute here. We already got a pretty good show here, pretty good audience here to see the show. Just got ready to roll.
Oh, everybody hear that pretty good? What an exciting group we have here today. Can y'all hear that pretty good? All right. Are you ready for our first show of the day? Man, what a great crowd. Best crowd we've had so far today.
That's cool, man.
And I'm glad, because 10 o'clock's early enough. Man, we got up like 37 degrees. In the 30s, right, today? Thank God for cellulite. And I've got it. I'm getting it gradually as I get older. I'm just more and more.
Hello.
Anyways, we'd like to thank Gala and OFA. I'd also like to thank Rudd Equipment and also Maverick Environmental Equipment and Precision Husky Corporation for being our sponsors here. So we should give them a big round of applause. If you see their booth here, please go and check it out.
And we cannot forget the Ohio Forestry Association.
Oh, that's right. Oh, they do a great job.
They
put this whole, can you imagine how much work it takes to put this together and the phone calls and all that stuff? Yes, that's right. That's right.
It's an early crowd, remember.
That's right. And you know what? It's early for us too, believe me. I would like to tell you that this is the Great Lakes Timber Show. We're out of Escanaba, Michigan, which is about 11 exactly. It took me 11 hours to get here. Way up over the Mackinac Bridge on I-75 when you head north, or 23, whatever one you want to take. Over the Mackinac Bridge, and then 141 miles straight west on US 2. Anybody ever been over the Mackinac Bridge? All right. Kind of a neat structure. We do a lot of state fairs, county fairs, festivals, theme parks, sports shows, elementary schools, NASCAR races, just all sorts of different venues. In our travels, we've been on ESPN, on CBS This Morning, Good Morning America, NBC Today. We've been on the Travel Channel, MTV. We've also been on Fox and Friends and a few other shows.
America's Most Wanted.
If you want to see a beautiful portrait of Zach, just go to the post office. All right, there it is. I mean, and he's featured in there. Not really, I'm just kidding. This guy right here, all the way from Batavia, Ohio, he's a retired educator from the Cincinnati area, and he's also was really big into coaching wrestling, high school wrestlers. And he also was a holder of the silver certificate in wrestling, which means he could take a group of American wrestlers anywhere in the world to compete, and that you don't get that very easily. And also, he's in the Ohio Wrestling Hall of Fame. How about a nice hand for Zach Heisen? I am Bruce Belanger, and I am the current reigning tri-state champion, and which basically means I've tried in every state and haven't won a darn thing. But
I haven't heard that one in a long time.
I knew there was a reason you were giggling over there. Well, with the big build-up I gave you, I had to have something. I mean, you know, all these
I could tell the record you broke last night.
What was that?
How many Whoppers you had when we got back to the hotel.
We're going to have a little bit of fun here. We'd like to remind you we have some great chainsaw carvers all over the place and some great booths. So make sure you check them all out, okay? And they do a great job, and they're really artistic. However, no matter how artistic they are, they will not dare challenge this technical carving that they're going to see right here.
That's for sure.
It's unbelievably difficult.
Better watch closely, folks. Some people said he uses gears.
Watch closely so I don't collapse.
After we're done with this show, Larry's going to be firing up his old chainsaws back here, too. Anyway, Bruce has got his chaps on. He's got his eye protection, ear protection. Every year in the United States alone, there's approximately 40,000 chainsaw accidents. So make sure you wear the proper safety equipment. Considering the chaps are about $100, they say a stitch, is well over $150. So I think it's well worth it.
terrible. I think I know you all personally good enough to share a little personal information with you. I've been carving these chairs for over 35 years. You have no idea how sick and tired I am of carving these chairs. Let me give you an idea. Back in 1985, was our first year at the Oklahoma State Fair in Oklahoma City. And it was a 17-day fair, and there was about 1.6, 1.8 million people that go through those gates. However, the first show I did, I carved out 6 or 8 of these, gave them to the kids, and the adults started to whine. This one lady in particular came up to me after the show and she said, "Bruce, that was pretty cool, but I didn't get one. I'm upset. I'll even pay for it." I didn't want her upset at the fair, so I gave her a free chair. I gave her a free one, right? But I took her idea back to the motel. I said, "My goodness, if I could find some timber, I could maybe make some expense money, and then everybody could get a reasonable souvenir." So I went to the fair board and said, "Could you help me with some wood? I'll buy it, and then I'll start carving." And they said, "Sure." So they got me some of that really aromatic red cedar. I started carving chairs. I thought over the next 2 weeks, if I could sell maybe 200, 300, 400 of these things at $1 a piece, I'd be happy. The next 2 weeks, at $1 a piece, I sold over 1,850 of these chairs. I hate these chairs. What are you laughing about?
Oh, you're only telling part of it.
I told the biggest part.
Oh, well, you're used to the biggest parts. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, a buddy of mine was log rolling with this guy out there, and he said it's more like $2,000. See, the part he's not telling you is the Cinnabon booth was tucked around the corner, and somebody was dipping into the till.
Somebody could have been me.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to give these away. But I'll make an announcement after we're done, okay? Just so. All right, you give yours away there, or just I'll just take 1 or 2 from you. All right, thank you. All right, do we have? Oh, you look like you're excited to get one of these. Oh my goodness! Here, you can pass that up to that little friend of mine. Hey, you know what? I can't give them all in one section, okay? But you look like you're pretty excited too. Okay, wait a second now. Oh, look at this little one over here. Oh, and that little one over there. Oh my goodness, here you go. You're welcome. Hey, big shot. Here you go. There you go. All right. Oh, how about a nice hand for all of our friends that got chairs. Now, here is the announcement. If you did not get one of those chairs and you're feeling psychologically devastated, I don't know what to tell you. But I will say this. I did get a chance to carve last year and the year before when they didn't have it, obviously, but then in years prior, I never really had a lot of chairs here, but I do have a bag of them waiting. Same price as they were in 1985, $1 a piece. And just see me after the show by the axe throwing target, and either myself or Zach will take care of it. I, going into the pond, will probably disappear very quickly this morning after the show.
You're not going to tell them about the special you're running?
No, you
The
can.
Paul Bunyan special. Who wants to hear about the special?
That's right.
He said $1 a piece.
Yep.
This special is you can buy 2 of them for $5.
See, that works in Michigan. Easy now, those are my people up there. Hey, you want to see an axe throwing contest? One that you're going to get involved in because you're going to be some great cheering sections, I can tell. What a great crowd. Unbelievable. Now, easy now. If you go to a logging tournament, this is one of the events they'll compete in. This is called axe throwing. The rules don't apply to me in an exhibition like this as they do to a tournament. In a tournament, they have to be 2.5 to 3 pound double-bitted axes. The handles can be no longer than 24 inches from end to end, and you throw from exactly 20 feet. I cheat a little bit, I throw from a little closer. But the target is the same. The center of the bullseye, which is about the diameter of a Coke can, the center is exactly 5 feet off the ground in a tournament. It's close today, and it's worth 5 points if you hit any part of it. The next ring is 4, then 3, and then 2. You each get 3 throws. The most you can score is 15. All you have to do is barely cut the color to get that point value of the highest ring you cut. They'll also generously give you a practice throw, which accounts for nothing. You go up to the line, you take a throw, that's it, means nothing. I didn't like that, so I changed it. I call it an optional throw. That means we'll go up to the line, we'll take a throw. If we like where it lands, we'll count it. If not, then we'll call it a practice throw. So,
Isn't he slick, folks?
oh, it keeps the scores up a little.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure.
We need cheering sections.
Cheering section. I'll tell you what, I'm going to
Please
split
share
the
this
crowd
on
right down the
Facebook so
center.
people can see this great entertainment.
Figuratively.
I know that
Figuratively.
lady yesterday left with a splitting headache.
One of the hope sponsors of the
Okay, we're going to go right down the
25
center,
there.
ma'am. You're going to have to make a decision one way or the other. You're not going to leave here with split personality. Okay, everybody to the right over there, you're going to be rooting for Bruce. Let's hear it for Bruce.
Please share. Let's get more people.
Everybody to the left, you're stuck with yours truly. What do you say? Now, we're going to try something we think needs to be done on a bigger scale here today.
All right.
Since we live in the greatest country in the world,
Yes, we do.
we're going to bring the right and the left together.
That's
You
right.
can cheer for either one of us. How's that
That
sound?
sounds like a good
I
idea.
think that needs to be done on a bigger scale.
Yes, sir.
Now, this is the most serious part of our show, and I'm not joking about that. We take our hats off and we like to ask, do we have any active or retired military personnel, police, firefighter, EMT, nurses, truck drivers, farmers, or teachers in the crowd? Raise your hands.
Yeah, come on, let's see
Come
it.
on, let's hear it. Thank
All right.
you, thank you. We live in a free country, and their service to our country is what right here.
Woo!
Do
That's
what
right.
you do.
That's right.
That's right. And the last public service announcement I'm going to make is this. We love to hear that cheering,
Yep.
but it's not wise to boo a man with an axe in his hand.
Now remember, if we get a 4 or a 5, I want you to cheer like it's the most exciting thing you've seen since the chainsaw carving.
Who wants to see a bullseye? So do I.
All right, here you go, Zach.
Oh, here's your Cajun.
Wow, what a crowd. Oh, that looks like it could be a 4. Did you barely get it? All right, nice job, 4 out of 5. That's not too bad.
You know what really gets him is when the crowd goes, whoa.
Yeah, but let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, Bill.
What?
By throwing that 4 right there,
Yeah.
you just put an enormous amount of pressure on me. Because now I got to go through and I got to throw at least a 4. And that really bothers me first thing in the morning.
It bothers you, huh?
Yes, it does.
Enormous amount of pressure. Folks, he thinks he's got an enormous amount of pressure on him.
Yes, I do.
No, there's an enormous amount of pressure in this show, that's for sure and certain, but it's not on you.
Well, really, where might that pressure be?
That's those poor little suspenders and buttons on that shirt. I don't know what they're laughing at.
Yeah, I'll tell them what happened in Syracuse. Syracuse, New York, State Fair, about 5-6 years ago. I had a suspender malfunction.
It wasn't pretty.
It wasn't pretty. It took out like 3 people right where they're sitting, right there. That was awful. We haven't been invited back either. It's like a 22 bag. All right, here we go. All right. Let's see what we can do here.
Yeah, he's got a solid 4, folks.
That's
Solid 4.
Solid 4. Woo-hoo. I'll wait and decide later. Oh, he might have cut it. Did he cut it? Oh! Oh! Now that was questionable though. I mean, it was very close. He's been known to give himself the benefit of the doubt, okay? Well, so have I, though, so it's not a big deal.
Hey, I'm a champion in my own mind.
Yeah? I didn't say this was the best lumberjack show in the world. It's just the best in our price range, okay?
That's why they need to see us more than once, because we're always different. Uh-oh. What'd you get there? boy.
Well, I think it's a 4 because it's right that much. I missed it by that.
Okay, Chief.
Anybody remember Get Smart? Oh,
I heard a yes, sir, out in the crowd. Now, since he is
I'm a little behind.
and that has not been said in a long time about him, he gets to go first.
All right, let's see what we can do here.
Who thinks he's going to hit a bullseye? There it is. Now he's putting the pressure on me.
That's right. So you got to have a 5 to win, right? All right. Well, I'm going to keep this just in case. Crowd control. Oh! It looks like are we tied up? We got to have a sudden death throw off. Closest to the center wins 1 throw. Closest to the center. What did we win? Nothing.
You want to rub my handle right there?
I want to trip into the warmed up, heated changing room. Closest one to the center. Here we go. Whoa! Man, he did pretty good that time. Whoa. All right, here we go. Okay, that's the problem when you throw first in overtime. He has to point, so I know where I have to go to win. All right. What?
I got to get rid of my eye.
Yeah, you know what? You've seen me throw before.
Throw before.
All right, you ready? Here we go. Hey, I was cheating over. I didn't want to trim his nails this morning, all right? How about a nice hand for Zach over here? He did a great job. Wow. Man, throwing downhill. Well, actually what happened was a little gust of wind came right as I was releasing, and it got the hair in my eyes.
Yesterday, the sun came out for about 2 minutes. He took his hat off, and half the crowd went like that.
All right, Zach is a retired educator, but right now, really quickly, we're going to just go through a couple of old tools that they used back in the 1800s and the early 1900s. So Zach, take it away.
As I was saying before, look at all that equipment out there. Back in the day, lumberjacks didn't have that. They had 3 things. They had their brawn, they had their wit and their brawn. They also had simple tools. There was no superhighway. They used the water. They cut timber all winter long. Why in the winter? No snakes, no ticks, no poison ivy. Everything was frozen. Pile the logs down by the river and have a river drive when the spring thaw hit. Simple tools. I'm going to tell you about a few of them now. I always like to ask, everybody knows what kind of saw this is. What? Yeah, it's our show, remember? I'm teasing. Yes, he was right. This is an ice saw. This was used to cut ice out of lakes and rivers. Cut it in block form, haul it by wagon to a cave, a cavern, or an insulated ice house. And in that summer months, you'd have the pieces of ice for refrigeration purposes. Kids, if you want a cold glass of milk, today you go in the kitchen and you get it out of the what? Refrigerator. People my age and older, the forerunner of the refrigerator is known as the ice box, right? Okay, I got a crosscut saw here, an old one. It's a peg and raker. It's set up for single bucking, okay? You got 2 handles, one on the back, one on top. You might think that's just for an extra grip. No, if I'm out in the woods working and my partner comes walking by, I'm not going to keep single bucking. I'm going to take this top handle off, put it at the other end, and make a 2-person crosscut saw. The next we have, I got 3 different types of axes. I'm going to tell you about one of them right now. I like this one because I issue a challenge. How many people got an old double bit axe at home in the garage or the barn? Come on, I'm going to make you a little bet. Go home and check it out. I'm going to bet you it's a little lopsided, and I'm going to tell you why. The big side, the one on my left, you're right there. That was used for cutting the tree down, cutting the limbs off, possibly peeling the log. The short one on this side, that was used for the roots, for the stump. Now, I don't know about you all, but where I'm from, when you cut a root, there's a good probability you're going to hit dirt. And depending upon what part of the country you're in, underneath that dirt a little bit, there's rocks. Therefore, the short side got sharpened that much more, and that's the tail of the lopsided double bit axe. Okay, lastly, the old-fashioned pike pole. The pike pole was used by the lumberjacks on the river drive. These things would steady them, keep their balance, they'd break up the log jams that would occur along the way. This implement right here has more technology of the time than the rest of those tools together. I'm going to tell you why. When they're floating on the logs out in the river, if they fell in, it could be their death. So they use this pike pole to steady themselves. Here's the technology. They jab it into a log. Now remember, if they slip and fall, it could be their death. Look at that. It will not come out. See that? But with a simple twist, it comes right out. The technology was done by the blacksmith for the lumberjack in the blacksmith shop at the logging camp, and that's known as a knurl. A simple twist on the end of that spear, and that was technology of the day that could save a lumberjack's life. So these are a few tools that tell you about what went on the days of yesteryear. If you're interested in some more, you can find the public library, local historical society, or even that newfangled thing called the computer.
That's right.
Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, Zach. Great job. Great job.
All right.
Check. We're just kind of wading ourselves through this. So this next event, I don't think we were planning on it right away, but there's so many nice people here that we should probably do this for you. This is one of the events that is featured in any of the logging tournaments. And yesterday, the Ohio State Championship were in front of the grandstands. Today they're having the international competition where you can see and watch some of the competitors that you watch on the Steel Series on ESPN compete right over here. And I don't know what time that starts, but just check your brochures and they'll let you know. And this is called the underhand block chop. So just like the axe throwing, it's one of the events that they compete in for points, which leads to an eventual champion. In this event, we're going to have about a 5.5 pound axe used by Zach. He's going to chop through the front side to the center, and then he's going to turn and do the same to the back side. The type of wood he's chopping today is called aspen. It's a hardwood. It comes from a broadleaf tree. And then we're going to go from these axes to the crosscuts, so we'll tell you about those in just a minute. Right now, though, Zach's going to climb on board. No pun intended. Are you ready?
Could you three do me a favor and step back a little bit?
Yeah, just for this one event, okay? Just for until he's done. And then when he's done, you can come back. You didn't have to leave the fairgrounds. No. Are you ready, Zach?
I've had that effect with women before.
Yeah, you have. I can buy that. I think I had the same problem. All right, now, are you ready? Everybody stay right where you're at. On your mark. Get set.
Oh, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. What? These people are waiting for something exciting to happen.
I need to turn around.
You need to turn around. How come?
Best side to the crowd.
Best side to the crowd. But you know what? Never mind. Now this is just a demonstration, so he's not going to go all out like you would in a contest. So let's just watch and see how he does. On your mark. Get set. Go. Now, unlike a tournament, if he was in an actual tournament now, he would actually be on a stage with 2 or 3 other competitors all chopping against the clock for the fastest time. He's going to get to the center, and then he's going to turn and do the same to the front side where you'll get a little better look. Now these guys are not just wielding this axe into the wood randomly. What they're doing is they're going to actually get the face off first with 2 shots, and then they're going to go into a pattern of chopping either high, low, low, high, or another pattern that works for them. He's doing a pretty nice job for a morning chop. How about a nice hand for Zach as he gets down into the guts of this piece of timber? This again is an aspen log. It comes from a broadleaf tree. It's a hardwood. How about a nice hand as he comes down? It's going to be done. He's just about done. How about a nice hand for Zach Dyson? Did a nice job of chopping aspen log. What's that now? What are you doing? You got something. Okay. What's this?
This is for you.
That's for you.
That's a chip
That's
off
a
the old
chip
block.
off the old block right there. How about another nice hand for Zach? Great job. Now, back in the 1800s and early 1900s, I got to tell you real quickly, 1983 I had a pretty exciting time and a very educational time. I was one of 3 Americans invited to take part in a Canadian documentary film called The Last Log Drive, which you can Google up on your computer anytime. You want to see some neat footage of us riding logs down the river, cutting trees with the old-fashioned crosscuts. skinning the timber out of the woodlands with teams of oxen and horses, just like they did back in the 1800s. It's called The Last Log Drive, and it was in Barrington, Nova Scotia, Canada, in 1983 down the Barrington River. If you forget about it by the end of our show, just come up and I'll remind you how you can find that on the computer. But types of saws they used for the softwoods or the needle trees, they would use a peg and raker. They had cutters called pegs and the rakers called the cleaners. For the hardwoods or the broadleaf trees, they'd use what they called an M-tooth, which is what we're going to show you right now. This M-tooth has all cutting teeth, a little different than the old peg and raker, but we're going to get this done right now. There we go. There it is. All right. That right there is called an M-tooth. Now the kind you see on ESPN when they're competing, most of them are peg and rakers now. This is just a decent show saw, not particularly expensive. The ones you see today in front of that grandstands are $2,000–3,000 a piece. And they're handmade, hand sharpened, and they'll only use them once or twice and then send them back to the person who made it to do the filing on it. That's how they have to stay on top of the crosscut sawing competition game today. But what we need, Zach, this is the part that I really like. We need an adult lady or a gentleman to do a little crosscut sawing with us today. Would you like to do it? Okay, you had your hand up first, so we're going to go with you. Wow, man, that was quick.
It's real quick.
The enthusiasm. What's your name? Alex? How about a nice hand for our volunteer Alex here? Zach, you want to grab on that side just for a moment? Okay. Okay, we're going to get it started, Alex, and then we're going to cut it straight right here. All right. Good. Okay, Alex, have you ever done this before?
Yes.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, on my own.
Oh, you own your own?
Yeah.
Oh, we got a ringer. Don't make me look bad.
Yeah.
Okay, you know how to do this in a nice wide base. Keep your legs out from underneath the saw. And we're going to use as much of the saw as we can, okay? You watch these guys competing, they'll use every inch and every tooth of that saw because they get through the wood faster. You know what this guy is?
What?
I bet you he's competing over there today.
You know, where are you from?
Are you competing? North Canton. That's where they have the Football Hall of Fame, right? Yeah, I went there one time. I didn't see my picture there. Now, so I marched right into the manager's office and I said, "What's going on?"
That's me. He told you should go to the post office. Okay, let me get this straight. You two are going to pull that in tandem.
We want to show the people how effective an old-style saw can be with two highly trained professionals on the end. Okay, one professional on the end.
There you go. Okay, but so, in other words, you're wanting to do a demonstration for this fine crowd.
That's exactly what we're going to do.
No, we're not.
What are we doing?
These people do not deserve a boring, mundane demonstration. You people want to see competition, don't you? That's right. They want competition. You know what? We're going to give it to them.
How?
I'm going to get my one-man saw and take you two on in competition. Who wants to see it? Why?
We can't do that.
Why not?
It wouldn't be fair.
Oh, it'll be fair, all right.
How?
I'm going to slow down for you.
Well, he definitely doesn't lack any confidence, I'll say that much. You want to see this race? Yeah! All right, here's our two-person saw. Let's see your one-man saw.
You sure you want to do this?
I'm
Or
positive.
you guys...
No, we're doing it.
Okay, you're going to do it? Let me get my one-man saw.
All right. I'm expecting it to... Oh, no, heavens, no.
Here we go.
Excuse me.
What?
It's not the kind of saw I had in
This
mind.
is a one-man saw.
Yeah.
It could be a two-man if you want to hold the other end.
I don't want the other end.
See, folks, it's all in the wording. Okay, before we start this, who's rooting for the crosscut team, Alex and Bruce? Who's got their serious money this being that steel chainsaw?
Thank you.
How many of you people out there do not know where you are or where you came from? The Bunyan burgers are down the way.
All right, now,
here we go.
Now, I'm going to raise my hand, and when I raise my hand, I'd like you all to holler 1, 2, 3, go, and we're going to have a race. Are you ready? Are you ready, Alex? I'll go my way.
Not yet.
Yeah. Wait a second.
Safety.
We gotta warm it up a little bit here. Just go back and forth for a little here. There we go. That's good. Remember, you want to stretch out.
What are you doing?
We're idling.
Idling? Stop it, Joe. I do yourself through that long.
That's the whole point. Go ahead, get that thing started. We're gonna have a serious race right here, right now, for these wonderful people.
You got a safety cut, right?
Yeah, that's a safety cut. Yeah.
Well, I should get a safety cut too.
Safety cut with a chainsaw. Excuse me. You know, it's not so much the saw, it's this up and down stuff that I'm wondering about right here.
What's the problem?
I'll tell you what the problem is. You got to start the motor.
Start the motor. It's
quick,
got a motor?
Give it a quick jerk and it'll start.
It's got
right
a
up.
motor?
Yes, it does.
Oh, it's probably like my mini bike.
Yeah, what's that?
It's got a kickstart.
No. No.
What?
That's wrong. You got to give it a quick jerk and it'll
Oh,
start
a
right
big
up.
jerk?
Yeah, give it a quick jerk and it'll start right up. Hey, got a jerk like that.
What do you mean?
I mean, give it a quick pull.
You gotta have a good grip.
You got to have a good firm grip. You don't want to lose control of that saw.
Oh, I got it.
Hey! You don't ever start a chainsaw like that.
How come?
How come? Because you ruined a good pair of pants. That's how come. Now, get serious. These people, we're here to set an example.
Hey, I'm cereal.
Yeah.
I'm total. You're Fruit Loops.
I am not Fruit Loops. I'm not Count Chocula either. All right, here we go. All right, we're going to start my way, okay? Good. Okay, that's it. Get her started there, pal. Are you ready?
Hold up a second. This thing's not running right.
All right.
I got to give it a little tune-up.
All right, all right.
I'm ready.
There's something wrong. His elevator doesn't go to the top floor. I'll tell you that right now.
Don't even be talking about unbaked bread.
Are you ready? Here we go! 1, 2, 3! Don't press too hard. Make it light. Oh, wait a minute. Aha! Well, the good news, you took... Hey! We're here to set an example for the young people of this community. You don't ever treat your equipment that way.
Well, of course not.
What do you mean, of course not?
It's not mine.
Whose is it?
It's yours. You don't think I treat my equipment like that, do you?
No, heavens no. All right, what's the matter?
Well, obviously you didn't sharpen that chain before the show like you said you were going to.
I did sharpen it.
You did. What did you use, pray tell?
I rolled over the teeth a little bit.
A hammer! Next thing I know, he's going to tell me he did a bang-up job, too. Okay, listen. I'm not very happy about that.
Yeah, neither
at
am I.
all, because by all mathematical calculations, modern-day chainsaws should beat the crosscut saw.
Yeah. So what do you want?
I've got my own saw tucked away back there that Hammerhead has not touched.
Yeah.
Would you guys grant me a rematch? It's identical.
Good. Well, if it's identical, go get it.
Okay, well, you better tell them it's going to happen.
It is going to happen. We're going to have a rematch right now. Whether you want one or not, it's part of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, I got bad news. If any one person laughs at this material, we're going to keep it in. Okay?
I got it.
What do you got?
My saw.
What kind of saw do you have?
It's Australian.
Australian. Alex, you never heard of an Australian? How do you know it's Australian?
Because I keep it out back. Here we go.
It's ready to go.
Is it?
Yeah, it's even the same color. It's what took so long. I had to give it a coat of paint while I was
I
back
am
here.
not worried about the chain or the bar or the handle or the brake.
What?
I'm worried more about what you're trying to cover up right now.
Cover up?
Yeah, you're covering up a pipe back there.
Oh, this little thing right here.
Yeah, right there.
Well, I'll tell you what, folks. I am from Southwest Ohio.
Yes.
This, ladies and gentlemen, easy for me to say, is a genuine Southwest Ohio turkey call. This thing is so good, it'll even pull in them Hoosier turkeys out of Indiana.
How long have you been ill?
Quite a while. Anybody want to ask me if it works?
Does it work?
Oh yeah, it works.
How do you
Got
know
you
it
two
works?
out here with us.
Hey!
Okay, if you're up
Fine.
close, you want to cover your ears. You got little ones that can't cover their ears, cover them for them, okay? This thing's rather loud. There's a pair of muffs for you right there.
There you go. I can't hear anyway, so what difference does it make? Wow. How about a nice hand for Zach and for Alex? Alex, thank you so much for helping us out. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Nice hand for Alex.
Hold up here, Alex. We got something for you here.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Oh,
This is a beaver biscuit. It's high in fiber and tastes absolutely terrible.
yeah. Thank you, thank you. Oh my goodness me.
What a crowd, what a crowd. No, not yet, but I will. You want me to tell them about this real quick?
Yeah, would you please?
Ladies and gentlemen, I got to come up front with you. This is not a regular chainsaw. This wasn't bought at hardware store or Lowe's or anywhere like that. This is a fully customized racing saw. It's got a race bar, race chain, extra strong handle. This thing's been bored out, stroked out, carved out, and a few other outs I can't begin to tell you about. And this turkey call attachment is actually an expansion chamber that works like a supercharger to give it a whole lot more horsepower.
That's right.
This saw runs on high octane gasoline, about 108, with an alcohol mix. But sir, right in the front row, right there, the guy I'm pointing at, you, yeah, with the hat on looking the other way, yeah. You noticed it didn't start on the first pull, right? He's got a keen eye, folks, I'm here to tell you. I'm going to tell you why. Right here at the Paul Bunyan Show, this is an alcohol-free zone, so I had to put O'Doul's in the tank for the gas. Ladies and gentlemen, the hot saw, thank you very much.
Oh, nice job, Zach. Nice job. Wow.
Now the big question is, who wants to see somebody get wet?
Good. We need a volunteer.
Hey, can I ask this crowd, this fine crowd, best crowd we've had today,
Yeah.
can I ask them a question?
What?
OH!
Oh boy, that just brings up a really bad memory of mine. I'll tell you, one time I was doing a little community festival right outside of Michigan Stadium. Opening day, Saturday, a few years ago. I tried to get them, they were home. I tried to get all the people jacked up, so I hollered out, "Am I?" And nobody knew how to finish it. But there's a key to that. Zach will tell you what that is.
We're smart enough to only have 4 letters in ours.
Oh my goodness me. Here you go. Put this in your pocket first, would you? Just in case there's a close call. I want to get the edge there.
Hey, you three over here.
What's that?
Larry, Moe, and Curly.
Oh.
That's for you. That's for you. I come over farther, fellas, but the cord won't reach. You guys know what those are? Those are little wedgies.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the type of log that I'm going to put a quick little demonstration on, and I have to tell you this because my demonstration is a little bit short. I have to get a knee either scoped or rebuilt this fall when I get home. So I'm going to still do a little demonstration for you on this Western red cedar. It's all the way from Washington State out in the Pacific Northwest. We use red cedar because it's very buoyant and very rot resistant. And we put carpeting on there because, if I can get my leg up this high, all we have are regular deck shoes. We don't have any spikes. There's no tricks, okay? Just regular a flat shoe to use this. And now, however, due to the atmospheric conditions, easy. Due to the atmospheric conditions, there's a tremendous chance that each and every one of you could possibly experience an extreme optical illusion. when I step out onto that log, it will at least appear as though that log sinks significantly. Please keep that in mind. I got to get rid of this mic. However, I got to tell you, these crowds are just spectacular, which we really appreciate. And I'll tell you why. Because one time when we were first together as a group, we did this one small festival out east. And they called me and they said, well, we'd like to have you as our featured entertainment, which I thought spoke volumes about that festival to begin with. However, 8 weeks they said they had run this promotional blitz, TV, radio, newspaper, magazines. We get to our first show and there's 3 elderly ladies there, which would have held up, but halfway through the show, one got sick and the other 2 had to take her home. So we appreciate you people very much. If you're interested in a chair or a little poster that we have, we just charge $1 like we did back in 1985. Just see us over here by the axe throwing target afterwards. Or if you would like to find out how to get to that log drive documentary, just let us know. We'd love to talk to you. Don't be bashful, because that's the most fun we have is just talking to people. But right now I got to bail out of this sound system and get onto this log.
As he said, it's an 18-inch Western red cedar log. Carpeting is on there for a little added traction. He doesn't have any cleats. Now, back in the day, the lumberjacks would be out there breaking up log jams floating down the river. Well, after a day of work, 2 of them came in, were mad at one another, and they started about ready to fight. Well, the boss said, if you fight at the camp, you lose your job. So what they did, they took a log like that out to a slow pool in the river, created a few simple rules, and they settled their differences at the logging camp with birling matches. What are you doing? Hello? What are you doing?
I'm stretching out.
Stretching out.
And I don't have to stretch
You don't have to stretch all the way out anymore, do you?
No.
Okay. Well, anyway, they had a few simple rules. They settled their matches with settled their differences with birling matches. Now, Bruce is going to be on there by himself. He's going to be in the center of that carpet over there. If there was another person on the log, he'd watch their feet. So what he does, he looks down at the other end of the log.
That's right. And you never ever look at your own.
You never look at your own feet. Of course, that doesn't bother Bruce. He hasn't seen his toes in 20 years. Did you notice he's from the safety department? He's got suspenders and a belt on. Whoa. Look at that, folks. 68 years young and still getting it after it. Let's go. Oh, my goodness gracious. Oh, maybe you better stay in that cold water a while. Are you all right? Some things you just can't unsee.
What a sick group of people we have here today. And quite personally, I can't think of a better way to end any show than on a high note.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Bruce, myself, Zach, we are the Great Lakes Timber Show. Thank you for coming out and seeing us. Enjoy your day at the Paul Bunyan Show. We'll be back at noon, 2, and 4. It's been a great crowd. Thank you very much. If you're interested in a chair or a souvenir, stop over by the axe store. Thank you.
Stay live for a couple more minutes so we can kind of see the crowd coming out.